I've been waiting to ask you this. So for the listeners, we've been chatting for the last half an hour at least, and I've been waiting to ask you.
It's been nearly 2 hours.
I was trying to sound a bit more professional. Let's be more real. We've been chatting for the last 2 hours, and I've been waiting to ask you about Wimbledon. Give me the scoop.
Hello and welcome to Let Me Ask My Sister, the podcast where we overthink life so you don't have to. We're your hosts, Sorcha and
Aoife. So pull up a seat, siblings, and let me ask you this.
Or serve me the goss, you could have said.
Oh, I like it. I'm not good at the puns. Serve me up.
Yes, we did the Wimbledon queue. So if you haven't heard of this, basically, if you don't get tickets to Wimbledon either through buying it, being gifted, or winning tickets in the ballot, you can get tickets through the Wimbledon queue.
Even just buying them is really hard to get. So I don't think you win them in the ballot. I think it's a ballot to buy.
Oh yeah, it's a ballot to buy. Sorry, it's not a competition.
I'll be totally honest though. I didn't really give enough of a crap to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. Give me tickets and I'll go. I actually got tickets with work, but we had a family wedding to go to, so we were in Ireland. I know. I
hope you blamed. Who were they? Owen's family, obviously.
Yeah, it was Owen's brother.
Divorce.
I know. Well, I should have told his mum, because his mum is a huge tennis fan, and she would have just come over to Wimbledon with me, I think.
Because Owen plays tennis.
Yeah.
Obviously not enough. You were like,
I was like, does he play tennis? I totally forgot about that. When we were in London, him and the lads would play a decent bit of tennis, actually.
I think I might get into it now that I've gone to Wimbledon.
You're one of those sports fans, me too.
Oh, 100%.
I think I could get that football into the net better than those lads could.
1,000%. Oh my God, are you seeing all of these, now that Wimbledon is obviously happening, there's all these social videos of guys on the street being like, do you think you could beat a professional tennis player, professional female tennis player? And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. And obviously they all fail. But
it's so
I don't know if is it staged, do you think? Because what a ridiculous thing to think. You think that you could beat a professional tennis player and you're an average Joe off the street.
No, I do. I think that they think that is how delusional some men are. I was actually asking Owen about this because I think you sent it to me. It's a new series.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not new, but there is a series following men who think that they can beat professional sportswomen, and then they put them up against not the Serena Williamses of the world, but professional tennis players, and they lose, obviously. And I was asking Owen, I was like, do you think that you'd be able to? He's like, absolutely not. I do not think that. I was like, do you think you'd be able to land a plane? And he was like, you do get men who think that they're able to land planes. They think that they're able to fight bears.
I think I'd be able to land a plane.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I'd be able to land a plane. In a crisis. I don't think I'd land it well. I wouldn't do the best job, but if given the situation, I think I could land a plane.
You absolutely couldn't. There is zero chance you would be able to land a plane.
With help, if someone's going, okay, Sorcha, you're doing great, start to pull up, I'd be like, I think under the right circumstances, I'd be able to land a plane.
No,
so I wouldn't be able to beat a tennis player, though.
I'm telling you right now, no, you can't. You can't land a plane. Landing a plane, I have no doubt, is extremely hard. There's a reason why pilots train for years.
Yeah, to land it safely. I'm not saying I'd land it safely. I'd say I'm able to land it.
I think you could successfully crash a plane. I don't think you could successfully land it.
No, I'd land it. I'd scratch it for sure, but everyone would be alive.
Nosedive.
No, I wouldn't. Look, Aer Lingus, now is the time to sponsor the podcast. Let's put me in the driver's seat, or invite me along to see how much more difficult it really is. Not like a fighter plane, like a classic holiday plane.
Like a little Boeing.
Like a cheeky little girl plane. Wimbledon. Brilliant. So basically you can queue to get tickets. Now there's two ways to do it. I only found out about the second way this year, which I think I actually would recommend to people who maybe aren't bothered or like our parents. So the first way is the traditional way. You rock up to Wimbledon at the crack of dawn. I do mean like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you sit on your little picnic blanket and you wait. And when I say you wait, I mean you do a full day's work. You do a full day's work waiting.
I remember a few people that we knew in London doing this, doing the sitting and the waiting, and I was just like, this just sounds awful. Why would anyone do that? But then hearing the feedback afterwards saying that it is the best crack, the queue is so much fun, and they're so like polite and respectful that the queue is a party in itself.
Yeah, I will say it was actually really nice to experience British culture that way, because British people love to queue. They love lining up. And I think it's the one thing they have that they haven't colonized from another culture. So it was really nice to experience that living in Britain for so long. So we booked our taxi for 4 a.m., which happened to be the end of the England game because it went into overtime and then it was pushed back to 2 a.m. Yeah. So we got up, we saw, oh my God, it's the end of the English match. All the pubs were allowed to stay open late that night. So we were driving, we had the match on in the back because Tim's mum was over, so she's really into it. And then all the pubs were celebrating, everyone was beeping on the way in. So already the vibes were really good in the taxi.
Yeah, class.
Which was so fun. And then you get in, you put your little picnic blanket down, and we were, by the time you get like from the gate all the way in, it's about 10 minutes. You sit there and you wait until, God, I'd say we started to move around 8:30, 9.
Okay.
So it's a good couple of hours, and that is kind of the worst part. So it's a kind of a mix of people there, and it's a mix of vibes. Some people are like, let's go, and then other people are just exhausted and they just want to have a little bit of a kip before they get on, which is so fair. You know you're going to be waiting there.
Yeah, because there's such a mix of like age ranges as well. Again, I remember somebody saying this because I was like, I don't think I'm up for that anymore. I think I'm too old at the ripe old age of 31. And and this guy who had done it, he was saying that there's people there in their 60s.
Oh, older. Yeah, there are loads of older people there. And they like everyone brings like their little deck chairs. People bring Pims and strawberries and sandwiches and all that kind of vibe. So there's the plebs like us who just queue the morning of, and then there's people that camp the night before. So the people that camp the night before, some of them, like for a time of recording, Djokovic is playing again today. Some people camped on like 2 days ago to get tickets to see Djokovic today.
Wow.
So when we got there at 3, they were already there for 2 days later because they wanted to make sure they got court tickets.
No way. So I know somebody who went by himself because he's just had played tennis like all his life and just was a huge tennis fan. But because he was there by himself, he got center court tickets that day.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
What was your experience when you're in there? Were you able to kind of move around? Because he said he was able to like see so much tennis. And again, the benefit of going by himself, he's like, I don't care, I'll go anywhere and happy to like jump around and we'll take any seat. So center court.
But I think this is the attitude you have to have going in. You can't be thinking, oh, we're going to Wimbledon. It is you're there for the graft, you're there for a long day. So we started to move around 8:30. All the stewards there are lovely, like they tend to be from the area, and a lot of them are volunteers, like the older people. So and they've been doing the Wimbledon queue for years themselves. So they're all a bit of crack and everyone's having a bit of fun. And then they move you to the other side of the queue, and then you queue for another queue, and then you queue for another queue, and then you queue for another queue. And then that is when you officially join the Wimbledon queue. Because beforehand, you're just waiting. There was this sign at around 9:30. We did move pretty quickly, I will say. The stewards were great. And that's another benefit of going the second week in, because everyone has kind of gotten into the rhythm of it. So security moves really quickly and they know what they're doing. So I really would recommend that, because also a lot of people that work there are like members of the club. Wimbledon's quite prestigious. So it was also kind of weird seeing like there were all these, they just look like rich kids' sons. You know, the way, you know the way you just like, you know the way like wealthy schoolboys just have a particular look?
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone 100%. That worked there was a wealthy schoolboy. It was kind of weird. It was weird that I noticed it, but then it was also weird seeing it. I was like, oh God, very upper middle class.
And sorry, how many queues do you have to queue in before you got to the queue?
Oh my God, you're in so many. You're just queuing for the entire day. Really good ways to pass the time. We found I Spy was really fun,
Oh, you
especially
cuties.
around like 8 a.m. when you're kind of hysterically tired, and then you decide, well, if we don't pop the prosecco now, when are we? So you're kind of
This,
having a
I
little
mean,
prosecco,
you've been
playing
awake
I
for
Spy.
4 hours at that point. You may as well get involved. Because as you were chatting there, I was thinking, oh, I don't think I could start drinking at 4 a.m. That just seems like a bit mad. But I mean, come 8 o'clock, I'd be like, bring it on. Like, you stuck in a queue for that many hours, my days. And so were you chatting the whole time? Or, because also a part of me would be like, I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit, listen to a podcast. You guys go
Well, so
about your day.
I mean, it would probably depend on different groups, and different groups had obviously different dynamics because Tim's mum was there. So it was myself,
Mm,
Tim, and then Tim's mum. This
yeah,
was her, like, she's so into tennis. She always wanted to go to Wimbledon. It was on her bucket list.
yeah.
So she was buzzing. And to be honest, I think we might have actually called it a day if she wasn't there. Maybe we would have bailed at the last minute, but because
No,
she
you
was like, well,
wouldn't.
I'm happy to go, we were like, okay, brilliant, let's go. You kind of need someone who really wants to go to make you
Yes,
put up with the queue.
this is it. This is why it was never going to be. I was never going to be a good candidate, as much as I love an outing. I'd love to go to Wimbledon, but I just don't have the grow enough to go. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I was going, if Owen had been like, please come with me, I really want to go, I'd been like, yeah, cool, go on, let's do it.
Honestly, I would go again. It was really, really fun. And you're
Yeah.
having a laugh, you're having chats, and when you're just it's like when you're going traveling, the way sometimes you're just tired, you zone out, and you're welcome to do so. Like I closed my eyes for a little bit, so did Sophie.
Yeah.
Um, then other times you're just chatting weird shit. And you
Yeah.
just kind of chat about stuff that maybe you wouldn't normally, like in school, the way you have so much time together, you just start chatting about stuff like that. And that was
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah. And were you mingling like with the other queuers?
We didn't really. We kind of because I was surprised. So I went to the Wimbledon queue last year, but I was reporting there just in the
Oh
queue
yeah.
part. And so that's where I was like, this is really vibey. Otherwise, I never would have suggested it to Sophie because it does sound awful. But I think physically being there, you see, like, there's this one couple I was chatting with last year. They have gone for the last like 15 years in a row. Um, and they love it. They bring like loads of prosecco in with them and loads of
Yeah.
food, and they're just out there sharing with different people around them. They're like, "Would anyone like a little glass?" Like, it's really
Ah,
vibey. It's really sociable.
yeah.
Everyone does like do their part. No one tries to skip. No one is acting rowdy. And if you do act rowdy, you're very kind of, you quickly get in line
Yeah.
because it's not the vibe. You
Yeah.
do kind of like it's human culture. We kind of adapt to the situation we're in. And this energy was relax, have fun. You're all going to be able to get in. It's all going to be fine, and we're all in it together. So it was really
Yeah.
positive.
Think it's also the fact that it's known that you will get in. You just have to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge part of it too, because it's not a fear. I think so. Basically, the first 1,500 people there are really likely to get centre court, the first court or the second court tickets. So
Hmm.
really common, you'll get them. Now, do bear in mind if you are in the first 1,500 people, you are paying full price for those tickets. So you're looking at nearly £200 for those tickets. Quite expensive, and
But you,
honestly, you're expecting it. Hold up my hand. I didn't want to pay £200 for a ticket. Like if they said, "Oh, you could have got them," I'd say, "I'll actually take the ground pass, thank you. I'll let you
yeah,
guys go in." I would rather spend £200 on something else,
yeah, I hear you.
especially because when you do get in, you can then join another queue for the resale tickets. Now, this is a virtual queue, so it's okay. So it's for center court, court number one or court number two. I picked court number two because we said, oh, we'll pick one each. There was three of us. We could have got max two tickets. And I said, oh, look, I'll try two. I think Sophie tried one and she was 800 in line, but I tried two and I was 63rd in line to get tickets. So then I was like, okay,
Oh no way.
brilliant. So you do think after 3 o'clock, they start to release tickets for people that haven't arrived. So if you stick
Yeah.
around to after three, you can get tickets into centre court, court number 1 or court number 2, depending where you are in the line. So because I was only 63rd, at 3:15, I got a text to say, you got tickets. Follow the
Wow.
link. You buy tickets for £10.
Yeah. No way.
Yes, £10 for court number 1, £10 for court number 2, and 15 for centre court.
Oh my God. That's
So
unbelievable.
why would you
Yeah.
want to spend £200? Yeah, you'll get into the earlier matches, but if you do just wait and you see all the other stuff Wimbledon has to offer, then you go on in and for £33 ground pass. I think it'll be 22 now at the time this podcast goes out, because it's when there's less tennis on, there's less matches, they charge you less for your ground ticket, which I also think is quite cute.
Fair play. Not many places or events would do that.
They do not. And then so that, and then £10 to see court 2.
That is so cool. Really cool. That's honestly unbelievable.
So I think around 7:30, Sophie got a text to say that she could get tickets soon for court number 1. Now, again, we were up at 3:30 in the morning, and it was like, look, if it was centre court, maybe, but for court number 1, she was like, I think I'll actually leave it and go home. But if you did the second queuing option that I mentioned earlier and rock up between 5:30 and 6:30, you're only likely to queue for an hour or two. You will get in. If you're definitely there before 6:20, it's really likely that you'll get in. And then if you're happy to stay a little bit later, you sign up for those resales. Loads of people go, and you can get tickets for centre court then. You might get in at 9 o'clock or 9:30, but they're playing until 11. 11 o'clock is their cutoff.
Oh, wow.
So you can go in and see the late night matches.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah. So you're still hanging around a lot, but just for later matches, I guess.
Just later in matches and later in the day as well. But if you go in the evening, you could go for a really nice, if you want to make a day of it, you could go for a really nice brunch. Like Wimbledon, the town itself is decked out. There's big tennis balls everywhere. Oh. All of the restaurants get really into it. So you could go for like a little Wimbledon themed brunch or dinner, have a drink or two. Yeah. Go on in around 6 o'clock, I think is the sweet spot. Like you can kind of essentially walk in. You get your ground pass tickets for £15 less than you would have earlier in the day as well. So they're already giving you a discount. Then you sign up for the queue, and then you can go into like court 12 is a ticket, there is a court that you get access to and court number 3 as well with the ground tickets. And that's kind of where a lot of up and comers, you'll see them play as well. So you see so much tennis. Like, once you're in there, there's like, we saw one of the girls, like not the women's, the girls matches, and we were right there at the front.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was amazing, and they're phenomenal players. My God, their serves are like over 100 miles per hour. Like,
I'd say the men couldn't even beat the girls, to be honest.
Never.
Like the average Joe on the street. I mean, not the men pros.
Oh my God, not a chance. Because we were, no shade to my friend James, we went to go see him play his championship, which he won in his local tennis club. But it was fun and everything watching it. But then seeing this, I was like, oh no, this is tennis. Like, once you get in there, again, as I said, there's loads of tennis to see. Strawberries and cream is only £2.50 or something. So considering they probably could charge £9 and people would pay for it in Wimbledon.
If they were,
they could.
Yeah.
They could though.
That would be a crime.
It would be, but they still, so £2.50, I was like, that's actually pretty decent. And then all the food, all the drinks there as well. You can also bring in drink too.
That's believable.
Yeah, I know, which you would be, again, like it feels like they're trying to keep it as a nice thing rather than a very expensive day out.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if it started to get rowdy, that's when that stuff gets pulled. But if it's not, then it's fine.
It's really not. So everyone has like loads of Prosecco. Now, I will say, if you are bringing in your Prosecco, you need to be conscious if it's hot, because this happened so often. So people be like, oh, we open up the Prosecco, and they open up a tiny bit and the cork flies. Like it absolutely sprints out of the bottle because it's so hot.
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
You hear these huge pops. And also, obviously, it's in between all the sets as well. No one's opening it up in the middle, of course.
I was going to say, I hope the tennis players were harmed in these Prosecco.
No, but these two chicks beside us, oh, bless them. It was so funny. They're like, oh, we opened the Prosecco. And they were like, yeah, go on. And the thing flew off, but she caught the cork. But then the bottle just started to fizz everywhere and she lost control. And it was just like flying all over the people in front of her. And she dropped the bottle. She was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
I know, but they were like, actually, that was really refreshing. It's so hot. So be careful with your Proseccos if you're bringing them in is one tip.
Yeah.
Second tip is bring an umbrella. I cannot stress this enough. You need to bring an umbrella. It was sweltering hot. I really did wish I brought one. You also, I know wearing white is lovely. If you're wearing white, don't wear fake tan. Even if you think
you'll melt. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you think, oh no, it's not gonna smell off. It's a good fake tan. No, it will. It will. It will. And it will stain. Another thing you don't do is you don't wear something tight. If you wear something tight and white and fake tan, it just gets all the way through your top.
It sounds like you were wearing something tight and white and fake tanned.
I think you might, maybe I did show you a picture already, but my top was destroyed. Like under boob sweat was real. It was a big patch and then just little tan marks all over it. And this woman, like when the fancy people that had tickets, so was able to go into, you know, the nice lounges and probably walk straight through. So it wasn't a sweaty mess like me. She looked at me and was just like, oh, like just a bit of a look of disgust.
No. It's like this riff-raff.
They let anyone in here these days. Like fully, I was like, oh no, this is actually gross. I just look messy. Like it looked really bad. So wear something loose fitting and have an umbrella and a fan. I think they're the things you absolutely need to have if you're going to go. No, it was absolutely brilliant. I really would recommend it. Again, I'm not into tennis. I'm not into queuing. It also wasn't very boozy.
Who's into queuing?
British people, they love to queue.
I don't think so.
But next year I'll definitely do the evening queue because what a lovely day out. Oh, no, sorry. Next year I've decided I'm actually going to be invited to Wimbledon, so I won't have to do the Wimbledon queue next year. It's nice to go first because I'm from humble belongings. And when I'm there chatting with people, I'll go, oh, you never did the Wimbledon queue. Oh, you haven't done Wimbledon if you haven't done the Wimbledon queue. And I'll make them feel really guilty about their privilege. So there you go.
I don't think they are going to feel guilty about the privilege. But you can walk past somebody who is a little sweaty mess and you can give her a fan.
Yeah, I can. I'll go, oh, you're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, keep going.
But because I was at Wimbledon all day, obviously away from the phone, I've missed Taylor Swift's wedding. Can you fill me in, please?
Do you know, there's nothing new to report. I got all swept up in it.
I knew you would.
Yeah, I mean, well, I like Taylor as much as the next guy. Sorry, I do think that there's a point of the fact that there's been, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts, the fact that there's been no pictures or anything released. I mean, don't
Did it even happen?
Give your fans what they want.
Did it even happen? Did they even get married? Is it all fake?
They did. Yeah, what do you think on the fact that there's been no pictures out yet?
First of all, I'm not surprised that we don't see pictures of a celebrity wedding. I think they tend to keep them kind of private. You know, we'll see one or two, maybe the next day or two. And generally with weddings, they are a week or so after. Yeah. And maybe she, like I know many brides want to do, is please don't post any photos because I would like to post them in my own way. And I think you're very well entitled to do that. So from that perspective, I'm not surprised we haven't seen any photos. However, seeing the amount of celebrities going to this and actually looking at what this wedding was, I wouldn't even say it's a wedding. I thought it was a national event. Like they shut down. They didn't shut down New York City, but they shut down quite a few streets around Madison Square Garden. She turned the Empire State Building blue, I heard as well, for her something blue. Mm-hmm. Like a lot went into this and so many celebrities were there. And looking at Madison Square Garden, obviously it's like an arena. In my head, I know we haven't seen pictures, but was it a wedding? Was it a bit more of like a, I don't know what it would be. I just can't imagine it look anything less like a concert.
So in the lead up, there was all these rumors that it was happening in Madison Square Garden, and some people didn't believe that it was going to be her wedding, that it was a whole decoy. And then there's also chatter saying if it's a decoy, that's really disrespectful, and so tacky to spend that much money, and then disrespectful because you have to close down all these streets for an event of
Mm,
that size, and so that's disrespectful to the people of New York City. Um,
that's true.
so but there's a fan theory that Madison Square Gardens was actually going to be a fan zone, and that her wedding was going to take place somewhere else, like somewhere far away. So it was a bit of a decoy, but it was supposed to be, sorry, this theory was that
Yes.
Madison Square Gardens was an event for the fans, which would have been quite cool, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
that would have
because
been really cool.
yeah, because Madison Square Gardens, from what I know of it and what I've read, is that it's just a concrete arena. Like it doesn't scream beautiful wedding venue.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No. But then again, on the other side, is that it does offer the privacy. So you do understand with a celebrity of
Mm,
her stature, is that if she's to have her wedding in some remote island, media and paparazzi will hear about it. So they'd be
yeah.
circling with drones, and you're not going to have any kind of private moment.
Mm.
So I understand it from that perspective. And also, apparently, you can arrive. I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you do, but you can arrive through the floor, so you can have total privacy.
Wow, yeah.
Um, which, yeah, so I understand the appeal from that perspective. So there's been like since deleted tweets from guests who were there, but they were saying that it was completely transformed, you like, into this kind of indoor secret garden kind of vibe with a big
That's
fairy
what
tale castle.
that's literally that's exactly what I thought it would have been. I'd imagine, of course, they would transform a place for the wedding because there's no budget, is there?
Well, that's exactly it. Like they have the deepest pockets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like no expenses spared. And I did hear a lot of wedding planners kind of chiming in saying, of course, it doesn't scream wedding venue, but when you go into a barn and you see a couple of cows grazing on the hay in the corner, do you think that it screams wedding venue? But you can transform it.
You
So when
can.
you have pockets as deep as they do, yeah, anything can look amazing. Apparently, it wasn't giving any kind of concrete vibes. It was very much like it
Mm.
felt outdoors, according to these since deleted tweets.
So all of them have been deleted now. That's interesting.
So interesting. I know.
Mm.
I think that's really interesting, which does kind of feed into that theory that it is going to be a documentary or a movie or whatever.
I just wouldn't be surprised. Like I
No,
would not be
nothing,
surprised. Especially
nothing.
because it I saw someone tweet being like, this is must have been how our parents felt watching Princess Diana get married. Like this
Oh,
must have been the same thing.
oh, fully. No, I fully like it. It was exactly like a royal. I did feel like it was like a royal wedding. You will say this
Oh.
about the royals, though. They televised the whole thing. They let us see. Taylor, let us see. We want to see your dress because Jonathan Anderson, who is from Northern Ireland,
Mm.
designed
Yes.
it.
That is amazing.
And then Cartier jewelry and Louboutin shoes. I really want to see the dress. What do you think what would you imagine her in?
I think it would be a bit of a ball gown kind of look because I know she
Yeah.
wore wedding dresses for like some of her tours before, and there was one that she wore and it had these kind of flowers, like not like these white puffy flowers. They're kind of seen on a lot of dresses these days. It was kind of that
Mhm.
style. I think it would be like love story ball gown kind of. I think it will be
I'm
fabulous
I would
and
imagine,
massive.
oh, 100%. It's Dior, it's Jonathan Anderson. It's going to be incredible. But yeah, I imagine a princess style big gown.
Yeah,
Kind of
and
tortured
then
poets department. You know that
oh,
dress with that's all
the
drawn all over?
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll be bigger than that. I think it will be more. I think really elegant, and then she'll have something sparkly to change into,
Yeah, I'd say so.
or something
Yeah,
simple to change into.
again, yeah, exactly. But again, like huge spectacle performances from like Stevie Nicks and Paul McCartney, Fergie and Sierra as well.
Like,
Um,
when is the
and
last
no,
time Fergie's performed as well?
I know, yeah.
That was
Um,
amazing.
yeah. Also, like I don't know, maybe you don't agree with me, but I think like what an honor to be asked to perform at Taylor Swift's wedding.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Sierra. Like,
yeah.
she must
And
love Sierra.
alongside Stevie Nicks and Paul McCartney. Like, wow.
That's insane. Because Stevie Nicks and Paul McCartney makes sense. Obviously, Taylor performed with Stevie Nicks way back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes so much sense. But Fergie, is this your sign out to go back on tour with Black Eyed Peas, please? Because they
Yeah.
need you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was no bridal party apart from their brothers. Also, the Good Morning America anchors who were at it and then were on Good Morning America the following morning said that felt very intimate despite it being 1,000 people in attendance.
Wow.
I know, 1,000 guests. Like that is
It,
huge. I know she said on Graham Norton famously that she didn't want to hold back on the guest list. She just wanted to invite everyone. But 1,000 people, holy moly.
so so I want to talk about who was there, but also she didn't want to
Yeah.
invite everybody. I want to talk about who's not there too.
Oh,
Because
there are some people who are notably not there. Obviously, controversy. And one of the big surprises, I think this is wild, that Adam Sandler officiated. I thought that was so random.
that was gas. Like,
Yeah.
because I
Apparently, he's
saw
really
that.
close with them. Who knew?
Apparently,
Yeah.
he seems like a cool guy, though. I'd say he'd do a good job. I'd say it'd be funny.
I'd say it would be funny. And also, have you
Yeah.
seen his stand up from back in the day?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a very funny guy.
yeah. So you'd know it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
But guests who were there, not there. So Lena Dunham was there. I actually
Yes.
don't really know much about their friendship because obviously Jack Antonoff, Lena Dunham's ex, is Taylor Swift's like close friend and collaborator, songwriter. Cardi Kloss was there. Again, I don't know a lot about this, but they were one-time besties, no longer besties. But the people who are notably, allegedly, not there, Blake
Mm.
Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, loads of people were there. Hugh Grant was there.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was there. So, obviously, Selena Gomez. I saw that she wore gold and Taylor Swift wore gold to her wedding. So I
Oh,
thought
no
that
way.
was quite cute. Maybe that was like a
Yeah.
little nod. I love J-Lo's outfit. Did you see that?
No.
J-Lo looked amazing as she always does, but she was wearing like this long black drop waist dress, and then it kind of was like obviously not plastic, but it kind of looked like a full rubbish bin coming out as the end of the dress.
Mad.
Which was kind of funny, but it was cool.
Yeah.
But one person that I did see was there that kind of surprised me, and I saw there was a little bit of controversy about this, was that there was a guy who was the CEO of a company that was awarded an ICE contract in Montana.
Yeah. So I saw that as well. Obviously, there's going to be controversy when there's 1,000 people at a wedding. There's going to be controversy
Yeah.
about a lot of guests. Like to your point, Brad Pitt. Like the controversy surrounding that. There's controversy surrounding the fact that Adam Sandler officiated as well.
I think that there's
Oh,
different between people having opinions about celebrities and cancel culture and that whole other thing, but this seems very separate.
yeah,
Like
and
he's
it
not a
seems like
celebrity.
yeah, and it seems like quite a political statement. Especially for someone who hasn't like she's come under fire a lot about being about having so much influence and maybe not saying enough
Mm.
about her political stance. But yeah, so this guy, so his name is Stephen Demetriou, if I'm pronouncing that right. He is the CEO or the chairman of a board a company called Amentum, and recently they won a contract to one of the ICE detention centers, exactly to your point. But so he adopted Reggie King when Reggie King was 14. And Reggie King is apparently a longtime friend of Travis Kelce. And so Reggie King
Okay.
brought along his family. But still,
I don't invite my lifelong friend and their family though. And I think Taylor Swift's team, if anyone's team are protective and know what the public will say and what media will grab onto about people in the guest list, it's Taylor Swift's team. They are on it. Like she is on it. So surely people would be aware that this invitee would get backlash. And if so, are okay with it. That's what it says to me, inviting someone like that.
So I agree. I think that her team definitely was over it. Do you think that there's enough hours in the day to go through all of those people and bring them to Taylor?
Yes. I think Taylor Swift's team have enough hours in their day. I think there's enough of them, and they
No, no,
are.
no. Not disagreeing about Taylor Swift's team, but do you think that
Yeah.
they brought every minute detail of every single guest to her, every controversial detail to her. Because I wouldn't say so. Because think about
Really?
no, yeah, I wouldn't say so.
Even if they didn't bring her or not, there'd be someone in charge of that team that knows this is not something we want to be associated with.
I
And
would
it feels I think anything, as I said earlier, anything she does is intentional. So I don't believe that there would be a slip up like that at this wedding.
I think it's very possible. I think that there could be people on her team who don't see an issue with it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would be surprised that her PR team would let that go without a fight or going to Taylor about it. That look up that we won't go into it on this pod. Obviously, it's not really a type of pod, but do look into that detention center. It is being investigated at the moment. I'm going to throw allegedly all around here at the moment, but it is being investigated at the moment for
Yeah.
a death, and evidence about that death are have allegedly gone missing or have allegedly been destroyed. There is a lot of incidents, allegedly, of cruelty, inhumane treatment, all the things that are synonymous with ICE happening at that detention centre. So
Well,
if
all of
I'm
the detention centers. Did you hear it? So there was an
all
Irish
of them,
guy
yeah.
who was,
Yes.
there's an Irish guy who's reporting after he was held at a detention center, and it is horrific.
It's Guantanamo Bay level torture. It is
Yeah.
inhumane to it's the stuff of nightmares.
Do you think it was a political statement?
I think there would have been I don't necessarily think it might have been a political statement, but I
I think
do think the PR team would have said, well, it's going to be viewed as one. So if you're okay with it being viewed as one, just so you're across here, because there's no way it won't be.
I just can't imagine any celebrity being okay with that. Like, not, I'm not saying like, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
here to
yeah,
defend Taylor Swift. I don't know her. I don't know what she stands for. But I cannot imagine any human being is saying, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with standing up for ICE. Like,
well,
it just
there
doesn't.
are. There are. Like, he's one of them. But you said any human. Like, as in, like,
Yeah, sorry, you're
there
right. Yeah.
are. They're there. And
Mm.
obviously, listen, we won't know. We'll never know. And I don't think they'll make a statement about it. But I think it will just kind of be like, oh, that's a thing. I don't know. I think it just feels a bit icky. It feels a bit icky.
You're right, though. Having any kind of association with ICE is so icky.
Yeah.
It's beyond icky.
Yeah.
It's absolutely vile. So yeah, I suppose they should answer to it.
And I'm waiting to hear.
We would, yeah, we'll wait. But you know who was not there? Allegedly.
Blake Lively.
Yeah, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. So I'm curious. I'm so curious to know what you think about their friendship. I don't think we really have time to dig into it, to deep dive it now. But so they've been best friends for many, many years, quite publicly.
She's godmother to Blake Lively's and Ryan Reynolds' child, isn't she?
Yeah, but after Blake Lively, I suppose, getting cancelled after the fallout with her movie It Ends With Us, there have been reports that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively have fallen out.
So from my knowledge, it's that they're besties the whole way through. We've seen this through social media, like them hugging, smiling, kissing. They're besties. Then when the whole It Ends With Us court drama was going on, which we won't get into, but there were texts released that involved Taylor Swift, and her name got brought into the trial, and then allegedly that's what caused a rift between the two families, the Taylors and the Blake Reynolds. Is that right? The Swifts.
Allegedly, that's what people say. That Taylor's not happy that she got brought into it, and apparently she wasn't happy when their texts got released. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just don't think it's likely that she's ditched that friendship. Knowing what she's been through, knowing that she's been under scrutiny and has almost been cancelled herself. I just don't believe it. I honestly kind of imagine that maybe they were at the wedding and they entered through the floor.
So you think it's a PR thing that they're that she's separated until it blows over to protect Taylor, but actually they're still besties behind closed doors.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think they're
Ah.
yeah, just living their lives. They're just kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, let them talk, let them say whatever they want. But we're really good friends. So there's the song "Cancelled,"
Hmm.
which I think is clearly about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, but people say that it couldn't be about them because that album was written way before
Oh,
all this,
okay.
way before they even started talking about the lawsuit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Taylor Swift is capable of writing a song within a couple of days and putting it out.
Yes.
Um, but so there's a lyric. They stood by me before my exoneration. They believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment.
As in like Taylor and Ryan, or sorry, Blake and Ryan standing by Taylor during her thing, and now
Yeah.
she thinks they're innocent.
And she goes on, she says, but if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic or took somebody's man. We'll take you by the hand and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught. So maybe that's a nod to, oh, I'm a little bit pissed at you for those texts. So you need to like cover your tracks a little bit more. But anyway,
Oh.
it finishes with, can't you see my infamy loves company? Now they've broken you like they've broken me, but a shattered glass is a lot more sharp. And now you know exactly who your friends are. You know who we are. We're the ones with matching scars.
Mm.
So I I choose to believe. I think that it's about Blake Lively and their friendship. It's the biggest fallout. It's the biggest friendship fallout that's been documented by Taylor Swift. But
Interesting. So you think that they were there and they're just not photographed?
mhm, yep,
Interesting.
yep.
Okay. Okay.
There's going to be people listening going, no, they're not friends.
Well, let us know in the comments if we're wrong. Swifties,
Yeah.
especially, let us know your theories. Educate us. We're keen to
Yeah.
learn.
Well, actually, speaking of weddings, we do have a listener email to get to very quickly. Okay.
Yeah, go on. It's let me ask my sister. You can ask us whatever.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, I'll read it. Hi, girls. Recent listener of the pod and absolutely love it. I had a question that I'd love to get your opinion on. My sister is getting married next week, which I'm so excited about. I'm the maid of honor alongside 3 bridesmaids. My sister and I have a
Wait,
good relationship.
is this
Yeah.
you? Are you
Huh?
writing this to me?
Maybe, maybe. Listen on and take some notes. My sister and I have a good relationship, but when we were younger, we did fight a lot and sometimes that old dynamic can come back. I'm trying to be supportive of my sister, but I'm finding her increasingly stressed and old dynamics are coming back. When we went bridesmaid dress shopping, we tried on lots of dresses and my sister really valued the opinions of her other bridesmaids. When they vetoed dresses, she listened. I didn't like one as the colour was too pale on me, and it was the only dress I passed comment on, and that was the dress my sister chose. I feel so self conscious in it, and I know if I say it to her, she'll deny it, but should I address it before the wedding or just swallow my feelings? Be there for the day and just let it go. Thanks, girls.
Oh, that really sucks. I'm sorry that those dynamics are coming back up.
Yeah.
I would instantly say, don't bring it up before the wedding, girl. Do not bring that up before the wedding. I think it's kind of your job as someone that is obviously closest to her. Obviously, you're the maid of honor to take on a little bit of stress that isn't yours. And maybe that's what this is. And she's leaning on that old sister dynamic, which is not fair.
Mm.
I would maybe bring it up with her after, though.
Yeah, I'd say something similar to be honest. I wouldn't bring it up now because if the wedding is soon, then yeah, stress can
It's
run
too late.
high. Also, think about a wedding as if it's any other event. You know, if you are planning a big dinner party, you know, for 150 people, it's stressful, even if you're not cooking. You know,
Yeah.
um, so it's a huge event. Because I know that brides and grooms can get a bit of flack for being a bridezilla or a groomzilla, but it's not like I think is unwarranted because planning a big event is a big deal.
And you're
And
paying for it. Like you're dropping a lot of money on a party. You're allowed to plan it the way you want it, especially if you're, I don't know, if you're buying a dress for someone to wear and you've accepted that title. I think you kind of have to suck it up and be like, okay, it's not my style, but it's fine.
yeah, and it can feel awkward because they're asking for your opinion, but ultimately it's her decision. Um, so yeah, it is a case of just be there, support her for the wedding, acknowledge that, yeah, okay, maybe she's being a bit of a pain internally, and then bring it up in a month or so when the wedding is it more of a distant memory.
Because the reason why I'd say to bring it up is if you feel those old dynamics are coming back and you just want to make sure that that doesn't seep into your adult life. I think that would be my primary goal. I think in terms of you not feeling your best on the day, that sucks. And I'm going to kind of pause on the advice here because I know we have about 2 or 3 listener emails in there around that kind of thing of not feeling our best and being a bit self-conscious. So, and it's a whole bigger topic that we don't have time to get into today. But you're going to look amazing. You know, like even if the dress isn't necessarily your color, you're going to look gorgeous. Your hair's going to be amazing. Your makeup's going to be on fleek. You're going to look absolutely stunning. And you're going to have so much fun with your sister and with your family and all their friends. So enjoy celebrating the day, put that out of your head. And then if you are concerned that the dynamics have fallen back into old patterns, then in a month or so, be like, look, I just kind of noticed this. I want to make sure that we're okay. Or you might feel like it's settled again and you're like, okay, I took that stress on for you as a great sister. And she owes you for your wedding.
Exactly. You don't know. The dynamic might not come back up. It might just be a total stress thing. And if it is the case, then yeah, you can just move on. But yeah, if you do find it popping up, then yeah, squash it.
Squash it. But thank you so much for your listener emails. As we said, there are kind of more in a similar vein that we're going to chat about next week. But if you do want to ask us anything, just comment underneath. You can also send us an email at letmeaskmysisterpod@gmail.com, or there is a link in all of our socials with an anonymous form. So if you do want to ask us something, but maybe you don't want to say who you are, because I get it, Ireland is small, just pop it in there and we'll answer it.
And don't forget to follow, like and subscribe and share our podcast with anyone else you think might like to listen.
Okay, well, I shall call you back.
All right. Chat to you soon.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.